Hey everybody, it's Joe with Joe Knows Cryptos, and I am back home so I can start making my videos regularly again. Woohoo! Alright, so, update on GVT, Genesis Vision. Apparently, and I'm sorry I missed this, but I was on vacation at my parents' and wasn't able to check and research things like I normally do, but I do apologize for that, but still, trust me, there's no worries here. But three factors made Genesis Vision come down. Now remember, we recommended this at 9, and it saw highs of close to $15. That's a huge gain. So anyone who got in at 9, you're still way up from there. If you sold at 15, like I said, that's cool. You took your profits. But anybody who bought in between there, do not worry. So the three reasons it went down is, one, profit taking. When people make 10%, they take profits. When some people make 20%, they take profits. Well, GVT made 50% profits, plus more than 50%, maybe 60% profits. So I understand people taking their profits off the table. Understandable. That's reason number one. Reason number two is the SEC stepped in and said that Genesis Vision could not use their trading platform in America. And I'm sure a lot of people saw that and said, oh crap, that does not sound good. I live in America, where most of us probably live here that watch this video. So they pulled their money out. So, those are probably the two primary reasons why Genesis Vision went down. However, I want to mention a few things. First of all, I keep harping on the low amount of tokens they have, less than 4,500,000, and it doesn't take much to move that little amount of tokens very high very quickly. So for the people who got out, I said in my last video, you're probably going to be kicking yourself by the end of November. And here's why. So I know America right now is not going to be able to use the platform, but I want you to think about the whole rest of the world. There's a lot of people that are still going to be able to use this platform to invest money through. So I used to live in Connecticut, and in Connecticut there were not, this was 20 years ago now, there were not many Asian people. And I don't want you to take this as being a stereotype, even though it is actually a bit of a stereotype, I guess, or racist or anything like that, because I love everybody. As you know, I love everybody at the end of my videos, and I let everybody know it. But when I lived in Connecticut, I would hardly ever see an Asian person. Hardly ever, okay? But then they opened up the Foxwood casinos. I'd go in there, and there would be Asian people everywhere. They come out of the woodwork to gamble. They love to gamble. They love the game of chance. And what bigger game of chance can you play at home other than an online casino, other than cryptocurrencies? It's so volatile. These people don't forget, you got North Korea who's buying a bunch of cryptos, even though they don't let their people. But you got South Korea, one of the biggest countries that the people there are involved in cryptos. You've got Sweden, another huge country. You've got Japan, Vietnam, all those Asian countries, England, so many countries now that can invest in cryptos, and they're going to be able to use this platform. And it's not going to take many people to invest to make this go up. And here's why. So right now, what you had was, you had your people who got in at 9, and you had your people who got in higher at 15. But you got your people who were selling off, all the way down to about, yesterday it was bouncing around for almost all day between 1060 and 1090, let's say, right in that gap. And it was just up, down all day long. So what that did is that pulled all of these sellers out of the market. So you had, say, all 5 of these fingers were a bunch of sellers. So each time it came, they sold and a buyer came in and bought them, and then the market would go, down, and then it would, they'd sell, it would go up, they'd sell, it would come down to the 960, then the buyers would come in, bring it up to the 10.90, and then another one would sell, bring it down to, and it'd go on and off through that all day long until eventually all these people are gone. Now you still got your buyers that want to get in, and there's nobody selling now, so they're going to need to pay higher price to get in. Once this exchange, not the exchange, but once their trading platform opens, and when people invest money, it's converted into the GVT tokens. So now you've got all these people that want to buy, but they didn't, they don't know what price they want to get in on. They're like, should I get in now? Should I wait? Should I get in? You've got no sellers really left, so the price is going to kind of slowly nudge up. Now, once this trading platform opens, investment platform opens, people invest, say one person comes in and invests $2,000. Bang, they have to buy $2,000 worth of GVT tokens. That's just how the platform works. There's so few tokens that it's going to nudge the price up to encourage people to sell, because they may not want to sell at 10.90, but maybe at 11. All right, so now you get it up to 11. Then another buyer comes in, and maybe they want to put in $5,000 to invest. So now you're at 11. These people, maybe I see it's starting to creep up. Do you think it's going to run again? Now, to entice the people who do own it to sell, they're going to have to pay, $11.25. Well, you know how trading works, and you're just going to see once that trading platform opens, it's going to go, and it's going to go quick, in my opinion. So if you got out and you are happy with, getting out where you did, that's great. All right. Now, I also heard today, as far as some news goes, that Bitcoin is going to be opening ICOs on the blockchain, on their blockchain. So this is going to put some additional pressure on Ethereum, I believe. Ethereum, guys, if you hold Ethereum, it's your choice, and it could do great things. I mean, it's been around, it's established, and it does have a lot of partners. But as I mentioned in previous videos, it also has a lot of competition coming up. Competition that is third generation coins that have already worked out a lot of the kinks that Ethereum hasn't worked out. Ethereum is going to have to do hard forks to keep expanding and doing the things that they want to do. Hard forks cause problems. These other coins they're cheap now, but they've already built their systems where they don't have to do these hard forks. They've already had their programs worked out that way. Number two, Ethereum has their own special programming language that developers have to learn to build on the Ethereum platform. These other ones you don't. You can build on JavaScript, which is the language that almost all programmers know. You can also build using the Ethereum programming language on these other networks and switch it over. I mean, Ethereum, it's got a big name and it could do fine. And I don't want to say don't buy and don't, to sell your Ethereum, but I think Ethereum, it has come down a lot, and I think there's a reason why it has come down a lot. And I think one of the reasons is people do realize that this is what's going on with Ethereum. This is going to be big for Bitcoin on the other end, because everybody knows Bitcoin, trusts Bitcoin, and if you're going to be able to build off of the Bitcoin blockchain with ICOs, that's going to hurt Ethereum and it's going to help Bitcoin, in my opinion. Now, the other thing I want to start mentioning is my next crusher of the month, and I'm actually going to have two for this month coming up. But I want to mention it now because I see it starting to move, and I don't want you to get left behind on it and get caught buying it higher than you should. And it's one that I had last month. It's ADA Cardano, and I'm going to do a video on that hopefully today after I do this video. I'm going to eat lunch, then I'm going to do the Cardano video. I'm just going to get all my research together and tell you why. But Cardano, I don't have enough time. They only give me 15 minutes on this video. That's why, if you please like and subscribe, the more likes and subscribes I get, the more time YouTube will give me to make videos. Right now, they only give me 15 minutes, so I can't get into Cardano right now. But guys, start looking at Cardano, and I'm going to make a follow-up video today for you on that. I also want to talk to you about falling in love with something. And when I was younger and I was in real estate, and even when I started buying houses for myself, I would fall in love with the house, and if the seller wanted more from it or was being a hard ass or didn't want to do some of the repairs, you know, I'd be like, oh no, that's okay. I want this house. I got to have this house. Once you decide that you want it, it's like one of these things that you fall in love with it and you don't want to give it up. Even if it starts to turn into a bad or not as good of an investment. And it's okay, people, remember to walk away from a crypto. Don't fall in love with the crypto just because you own it now. Maybe it's made you some money in the past. Maybe you've spent a lot of time researching it and your heart is in it and you put work into it. But if it's not a good crypto, don't fall in love with it. Because once you put your money in another crypto, you know what you're going to do with that other crypto? You're going to fall in love with that crypto, especially if it's making you money. And you're going to forget all about the one that you've been sitting in. So right now, there's 3 tokens that I think you should have your money in. And this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. But Litecoin, because it has the potential to moon at any time. You've seen it before. And with the halving that's coming in August, you just don't know when the big money investors are just going to plop a crap load of money in it and it's going to take off. So I always hold most of my money in Litecoin. Number 2, GVT. The sky is the limit for GVT. I don't see a problem with this hitting $100 short, within a year. I actually had a guy who said, oh, I sold my Tron to buy GVT, and Tron went up and GVT went down. I hope I didn't make a mistake. I can pretty much guarantee you that GVT will be far above Tron's price by mid-November, okay? You didn't make a mistake. It's going to be way higher than Tron. And if it isn't, I will eat, what don't I like? I will eat a jalapeno pepper and an onion. 2 things I'm not wild about, okay? I'll eat raw onion. I like sauteed onions. Raw onions are a little bit much, and I don't like the way it makes my breath smell and everything all day. I will eat a jalapeno because it's spicy, and I'm not real good with spicy stuff, and I'll eat a slice of a raw onion, okay? If I'm wrong, let's look at the price today. It is $128 on October 8th, and let's mark that time and price for Tron and for GVT, Genesis Vision. We'll see which one's higher. If I'm wrong, I will eat a slice of raw onion and a jalapeno pepper slice. All right, bet you're on. All right, so I do have another crusher of the month that I'm going to give out, and it's another one that you guys are not going to expect, kind of like this GVT Genesis Vision. It's going to be one that a lot of people people have heard of, but it probably doesn't have a lot of people's attention. So I do have to end this video now because I'm getting near that 15-minute mark. Please like and subscribe so I can make longer videos, give more details, do more. If I get more people that start subscribing to the channel, I'll do better quality videos. Also, I'll do some pictures, some more graphics, some more charts, some more articles, clippings, and things like that I can get into more detail with. But right now, since it's just the channel's just starting out, I'm just kind of giving my opinions while I drive around town. All right, love you guys. God bless. Peace out. Bye now.